So we're here at the appointment and reappointment committee, and we're doing interviews today. And first up is Francis Gavigan, who's interviewing for personnel and pension. The meeting is being recorded. Any votes, if any, are taken, which I'm not anticipating there will be by roll call. And we'll continue. So.
Who else is on that committee?
I looked at the names. I didn't recognize anybody.
Well, John was on for the police department, so.
See if I can turn this on here a little bit. This one. I'm just gonna move over here.
Why don't I just move?
No, yeah. Well, I gotta see the screen too.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem. So I'm trying to balance it out just in case anyone else comes in. I'll do it that way.
And you know it's a 2-year term.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked it up a little bit on the city's website to see who was on the committee and status of the fund and whatnot. And that information was in there.
Right, and it's the third Tuesday of every month. Well, you've answered, the biggest question is why you would, interested in serving.
Well, as I said,
But anybody that wants to, donate their time and effort to anything here is, is.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it because
Right.
we know, obviously we got we're in the other end of it, but we're, it's no less of a pain in the butt, and
well, nothing
Can
worth
be.
having is
easy.
without pain of some kind.
That's it.
you know?
There you go. Takes work.
And being a retiree in the city, I have a vested interest in making sure that the fund is healthy.
Yep. I would think so. And we have a vested interest in making sure that it isn't bankrupting us.
Right.
So, but no, that's it. And obviously, you've got plenty of city service, so you have some idea how things work around here.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah, and as an alternate member, if you are appointed, I would encourage you to go to all the meetings because
Yeah.
you never know when they're gonna,
Yeah, if
somebody
somebody's
else
not
is gonna show
there.
up,
Yeah, if somebody's
And you
not
learn a
there,
lot. and you learn a lot.
so-
Yeah, no problem. I don't have a very heavy social schedule.
Okay,
So
all right.
one meeting a month is not a problem. Hell,
You
2
can-
meetings a month isn't a problem.
Right.
can-
And I'm sure there could be special meetings at some point
Yeah.
in time, but they would be announced prior to.
No cocktail parties or anything.
No,
That's fine.
No.
Cocktail parties are good off duty. That's
Right.
fine.
All right, I'm good. So,
I am too. I appreciate the fact that for you coming in and
No
wanting to
problem.
serve your city in this position.
No problem. Very nice to see you again and speak to you again.
Nice to
Mark.
meet you. See you.
Take care. And I will undoubtedly be seeing you, although not so much this year, apparently.
Well, listen, it's still young,
Have a little time.
still got some time, so
Well, whatever it takes.
keep hope alive.
I keep.
What do you got, leaks?
Yeah, I have a 15 by 30, and when they put the last liner in, apparently they didn't prepare the ground well enough. And I think I know what happened is on one end of the pool, I had some undermining occur. And I think what happened is stretch the liner out, stretch it out and stretch it until finally it punched a couple of holes in it.
Hmm.
I found one and was able, I think, to repair that. But apparently there's more. Because the water level has been going down since we dumped
6,000
gallons into it. So apparently I'm watering my lawn.
Oh, well, then you probably
Waste
don't
not,
need
want
to.
not.
Chlorinating it too.
Well, there wasn't much chlorine in it because I was going to see what happened before I started doping it up with chemical.
Mhm.
Because I don't want all the chemicals washing into the lawn.
Right. All right, well, thank you for
You done?
coming in.
Okay. Take care.
Take it.
I assume you have more.
Yeah.
interviews to
Other
go.
interviews to
Wait,
pick up
I'm
this
waiting
evening.
for, trying to wait for Ella here.
Okay,
All right, so I'll hear from
we'll be in
somebody.
touch. Yes.
All righty. You folks take care. Have a safe night.
Thank
You
you,
too.
Frank.
Sean, you can come in if you want. We'll wait a few minutes to get started, though. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, excuse me. What should I say?
Yeah,
Is the public invited or?
yeah, you can come in. Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Have a seat, sir.
Yeah, watch it. Just come around this way. I got a cord right here. I don't want anybody tripping out there.
Not too much.
So you guys are on, how was the Zoom? Where's the camera?
Right there.
Right there. So we're gonna have you sit right here.
Yeah. There you go.
This
No,
is,
not-
no, you.
Stuart, you can sit over here. Sure.
So we're waiting for one of the other committee members. We're gonna wait a couple minutes. So she should be along here shortly. So, how you doing?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A little tired, but we know we good.
Yeah, I
Made it through the day.
had a bad night and day today myself, so a little bit run down.
So, but the weather doesn't make it easy today either, though.
Mm.
You know,
Yep.
but nonetheless, thank
Might
you.
dry out by Thursday. Maybe.
Maybe.
Sun's gonna come out, right?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
No.
Real nice. Feels like we live in Seattle.
Exactly.
Mhm.
The business.
It's good. It's very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that sports is starting to pick up now,
Yeah.
and you know, we're starting to get out.
Good. That must have really hammered you
It
too.
did, it did, big time. You know, 70% of our revenue comes from sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I said, I think people are in the mood to really be out and about now. you
Oh,
know.
they're on the boat now. Yeah, the phone's ringing every other day. You know, just to get quotes. I think that's good though. You know, not every sale is going through what people are interested. You know,
Yeah. You got to talk to a bunch to make some. You know.
it's very true. It's the law of averages, I guess. They
Yeah.
say. Yeah, so it's good though. You know, it's good to be back open. You know, and see.
Being able to talk to people.
Yeah, that's
Being able to
that's
hustle.
cool. I think Zoom is amazing. You know,
Yeah.
you can tap in from anywhere.
But
You know,
it's convenient sometimes. It has its uses, but it's still nothing like
Yeah,
face to face.
absolutely.
You know.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
So like there's some things like I got the ice arena that we have very short agenda, short meetings. We don't have a lot going on, so we can do it right from the house. It's not a problem. No one, we're not, not a lot going on. And then there's other things, like, this, people might be a little more interested in, or
Absolutely.
just obviously things like the city council and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Haven't used the pool too much.
How come?
Yeah. Hasn't had a good enough weekend. Memorial Day was 50 degrees, and then the July 4th weekend was a washout.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
How many kids you got anyways?
5.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but they're older though.
Yeah.
20. Oldest son is 24. The twins are 18.
We're
And
busy.
a 4 and a 2-year-old.
Oh, we got a 4 and a 2.
We're down at the.
Start it over again?
Yeah, I did.
Get it home.
Yeah.
So, all those
Wow.
ordinances that Deanna had worked up, and when is that gonna get the, when's the?
Yeah, the
public
oldest son,
session
he
for
just
that?
moved to New Orleans actually.
Yeah.
When his girlfriend decided to take a trip, so he got a job down there.
The other two going to college, 18?
My daughter's in college
Yes.
now.
I think you mentioned that.
Yeah. My son is figuring out which college he wants to go to. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna start at a community college first.
Good. My son, he did, He did the Three Rivers and then he went to
Yeah.
Eastern. He did that transfer program they got.
Mhm.
And so that worked out pretty good for
Yeah,
him.
I think that's gonna work for him too. He's either gonna go to probably Eastern or Avery Point.
Yeah, and he wasn't broke when he got, in fact, everything was paid for, he had no debt.
Yeah.
When he got done, he worked all his way
Oh,
through.
that's perfect.
She has Marco's house.
Yeah.
the
I
red
think
one
that's what he's
on
gonna
the
do.
street.
Yeah,
Did not get
he
Dr.
hustles too,
Kelly's
you know,
house.
this is his own
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Over
But I think he
on,
also wants to go to barber school as well too.
Really?
Yeah, he wants to
house
explore
over
that.
there.
So
That's,
Kathy Lord, is that
that's,
ring a bell?
some people find that to be like a creative
Now, I
outlet.
yeah,
remember
it
she
is.
had bought
He's
that house as
artistic
well.
though.
Mm.
You know,
But
he
there's
has
still a
that.
for sale sign in front of it, so maybe
Creative
back
side.
out.
Yeah.
He does.
Money, whatever,
I
dried
know.
up or something
So
like
I
that.
said, all right, well,
I don't know.
take the summer to think about it, you know, and find your program that you want to go to. And
One of these buildings downtown and
go from
renovate
there.
it and have a
So-
venue and the downtown.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But no, I'm
Absolutely.
gonna go and date people's neighborhoods. you know?
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Have you met Ella?
So,
Ella
two weddings
Myers?
there.
No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
she'll be
So
in
now
here
it's
shortly.
doing-
She's the
Okay.
other council
It's like a
person
thing now,
that's
so
okay.
black
be
guys
here.
get together on a weekend and go rent a house. I don't get it. That's what's been going. I know, maybe. That's what's been going on all summer. It's
Wow.
5, 6 cars every weekend, always guys. You never see any women over there. And they're just playing with the thing with the sandbags or cornhole and stuff like that. They're not causing any, they're not making any noise.
Okay, but
But
just
nonetheless, it's still
right
not the
there.
proper use of a residential house.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. And then if she sues the city. Apparently she's very litigious.
Mhm.
Somebody dropped off.
So, Calvin, this whole thing with the story in the paper
Yeah,
about
I
2
went
months
to-
ago.
The miscommunication somehow. She didn't realize
on,
that we
Broadway.
were having the meeting. So I
And
text her saying
maybe
she's
6
coming,
months
she's
ago.
on her way.
And anyways, article in the paper, how she's done all these, had weddings and they shut her down,
Right.
ruckus and everything. So, underneath the stories, there's always a little message board. So guess who chimes in? She does. She goes, oh, the city's a bunch of jerks and they're corrupt.
Oh.
And then she puts a link to the case that she had against the city
Mhm.
for a blight enforcement violation. So I click on it and I look, she had like a 15 count thing against the
Counts,
city. And
yes.
14 of them were thrown out. There was one procedural due process thing that the blight officer didn't do properly at the meeting, whatever meeting that was. That was it. And but she's pointing to say, look at that. I took the
Oh,
city.
yeah.
to chance."
Oh, absolutely.
I was saying, well, that wasn't a very impressive case. That's just showing off your legal prowess.
Yeah.
So
She's
that'll be
given some of the officials a run for their money.
nice.
Talking about our friend with the events venues.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing is still recording, just so we
Oh.
can remind everybody.
Well, thank you for mentioning that. Who was your third? Who's the third?
Ella Miles.
Oh, Ella,
We're
okay.
waiting for her to get here.
And I'm just trying to look for the stuff. Oh, isn't there? I'm just thinking maybe I screwed up. I'm just looking through my stuff. I'm not seeing anything. When did we set this up? Do you remember?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Are you looking for the, I don't know if I kept
Yeah.
the,
I don't know. Wait a minute. Sorry for the wait, folks. I'm just waiting for all the woman miles. I'm gonna put us a little behind. No, I did a Zoom invite to everybody too.
right, yes,
That went to everybody.
yes.
So I know we did that.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to tell you the date because once I put it in the book,
June 30th. I sent the thing to Bonnie.
okay, so. Yeah, and then another went out on July 2nd.
All right, not totally messed up. Yeah, and the agenda
Mm-hmm,
and all that.
yep. And then, yeah, there's June 30th.
Yeah, because she needed the Zoom invite before she could do the agenda. So. All right. Yeah, I just didn't see it. Done that before. You get so many emails sometimes, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I understand.
I hear it's not the next one. Could be. Come on in. She's here. Yay! All right, we're gonna get right into it. Right, we already interviewed person. He's the only one we had for personnel and pension anyway.
Okay.
Frank Gavigan. So and then yeah, Ashen Avan. Ella
Hi, I'm
Miles.
Ella.
Oh, yeah, how are you?
Good. I'm Stacy
I'm
Gould.
sorry.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I'll forgive you for that, okay?
Forgive me. I got the look. All right. So usually I introduce people too many times. I said, yeah, I already know. One of those deals. So that's the boss. So Ashen, yeah, you're here for the interviewing for the Norwich Public Utilities Commission and Sewer Authority. So can you tell us why you would like to serve?
Yeah, I'd like to serve because being a business owner here in the Norwich community and being involved, I like to give back to my community the best way I can. And also being able to be a part of an opportunity to help Norwich grow. I see the mission that NPU has in regards to economic development, and I think that'll be great to help other people and bring some fresh ideas and some new opportunities to help grow some of the mission and some of the things that they're working on now that I found very interesting for me to be a part of, given my background.
What is your background?
Yeah, I come from the Hartford area, so just being a part of various nonprofits, the Boys and Girls Club, and sitting on the as chair as a board member for a homeless shelter in Hartford. Background also being a business owner here in Norwich, but also corporate America. Working at some retail stores as a logistic manager in Target, store manager at Walgreens. I worked at Verizon Wireless as a senior tech support coordinator. Also a professor at the University at Eastern. I teach principles in marketing and senior business internship in finance, and also operations manager for Hartford Public Schools. So a combination of all those skills kind of balled up together, kind of led me to a career in entrepreneurship, right downtown in Norwich. So with those, I think that it'd be great to serve, our community in that capacity.
So what special skill do you think you bring to the Utilities Commission?
Yeah, skills, special skills. I think I have the ability to relate to people on all levels, right? From people in the boardroom to people in the community. I know how to connect the dots, but also the ability to bring people together and to share ideas. So I think that some of my skills or special skills have the ability to really connect the dots and have people see things from different perspectives sometimes, but also execution. Right? If we set a goal, learn how to execute the goal and break it down from A to Z. And also not afraid to be out in the community, and see people and connect with people.
And do you see the role of a commissioner as being out in the community doing?
I think that the role of a commissioner is all the above, right? Being in the community, but also learning people or learning about your community. So it might not necessarily be in the community, but learning about your community. If the goal is to serve the community, then I think that it's best that you spend some time in the community, in the city of Norwich. I don't understand how your experience allows you to be able to serve people, I shouldn't say I don't understand. I should say that I believe that being out in the community and understanding what's going on can help you better serve, in that capacity with regulations and decisions that affect the community. Essentially, is what I should say. Does that make sense?
Okay. And how do you feel Norwich Public Utilities reputation is today?
Today, I believe that they have some awesome initiatives that have changed, over the last couple of years. I believe that I see them out in the community with their team, spreading information. They're at different fairs. I see them at Dodge Stadium. So I believe that they have a reputable reputation too, and they're helping people during the COVID as well too. With people with their utilities, helping them set up payment plans, and connecting with other outside organizations to help people during this difficult time of the pandemic. So to me personally, I see them as a helper to the city of Norwich.
Mm-hmm. And what other initiatives that MPU is undertaking do you find worthwhile?
I like that they're trying to make improvements to the infrastructure, not only internally, but also externally to provide resources, for the economic development and new projects, that they're involved in. I also see that, they're trying to upkeep or make some upkeeps in the water lines and things in that nature to provide the best service, to the residents of Norwich. So those things particularly interest me because it shows that they care and they want to provide a quality service or product back to the community, but also it's helping them, with the development of the community, by creating these programs.
And if you served on the, and if you were appointed to the commission, do you know anything about any of the subcommittees that the commissioners serve on, and which one would you be interested in serving on?
I did see some of the subcommittees. I have no particular preference. I would, kind of fill in as a need to basis. I don't particularly think that I want to put myself in the box. I believe that, I can best serve, where my skills might be see fit. What I might think might be a go. Some of the other commissioners might say, hey, I think we might need you over here. So to me, I'm willing to serve in any capacity that needs to on the subcommittees.
Okay, and your schedule allows for daytime or evening meetings?
Yes, I have flexibility throughout the day and the evenings to be able to support the meetings.
Okay.
Just one other thing. Tell me about your educational background.
Yeah, I went to high school in Weaver High School in Hartford. I graduated with a business degree at Eastern Connecticut, and I got my MBA from Albertus Magnus in marketing and leadership. I also have a graduate certificate from Harvard University, studying leadership in urban development and education. Also, personal trainer or health coach, so I help people who have diabetes and obesity in urban communities. And also, I have a graduate certificate from Jack Welch Educational Business School as well too.
What business do you own here in the city?
The business is called Main Event Sports, but we also have a storefront called T-Shirt World and Level Up Designs.
And that's here in this.
It's right down here on 40 Franklin Street. It started off humble beginnings at 66 Franklin Street at the Foundry.
Mhm.
And then we graduated to a brick and mortar store that we opened up last July, right over here, right off of Bath Street in the parking lot over here. So we actually have a storefront location there in Norwich, right behind Epicure in Norwich Fitness Center.
Good. I'm good.
Yeah, you guys covered all the questions that I would have asked.
All right. Nice seeing you again, though.
Okay.
I
Thank
think
you
we're
very
good.
much.
Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Take it
Thank
easy,
you
man.
for your time.
Yeah.
Hey, nice to
Yes.
meet you. You too.
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Did I forget anything else?
Nope.
Phone,
think so.
phone,
I got
keys,
it.
wallet.
My name's Stuart.
Oh, Sean. Nice to meet you. You guys have a great evening.
Hey, you too.
Thank you.
Take care, Sean. Robert.
Good evening, sir.
Come on in.
Sit over here to 60?
Yes,
Absolutely.
please.
Put your little, picture in there.
Well, our last meeting was a Zoom meeting
Yeah, I know.
6 months ago.
Yeah. So this is, technically it's a Zoom, it's a hybrid, we can be in person, but some people want to meet, so you see a few people here. Those are all NPU types.
Yep.
So,
I did just do a
Okay.
brief resume here, just something quick. I didn't put it when I filled in the application last minute.
Thank you.
You can just call me Bob. My name is Robert Punch, but you feel free to call me Bob and ask any
Do
questions.
you know everybody here?
Ella?
Ella
Okay, Ella.
Miles?
Yep.
Okay.
And Stacy, right? Yep, okay. Mark Beckler, okay. And I'm
I'm
Bob.
afraid so, yes.
Yeah, well, we met, as I said, the
Yeah,
last Zoom
right.
meeting back in January or February was the last time we talked via computer.
Well, we're in person today, so it's all good. So, well, I'll ask the same thing we pretty much ask everyone. Why are you interested in serving as a NPU commissioner?
I worked for Norwich Public Utilities for over 34 years, and I think I have a very good understanding of how the utility works. The budgeting process, I was general foreman of the electric division for 13 or 14 years. I had to build the budgets every year. I ran all the guys in the buckets that you see around town. They were my responsibility, the storms, things of that nature. I had a great working relationship with Chris LaRose and some of the other men on there. And I didn't even know there was a vacancy here. And I ran into Chris LaRose about a week ago, and he told me, he said, Bobby, there's a vacancy if you want to put your name in. And so I gave it a little thought, and I did. I am currently on the pension board, And I wasn't sure if I could fill both roles.
No. I
So,
don't
yeah,
think
I was
so.
told I
No.
couldn't, but, so I said, well, I'll try this and see where it lands, and,
Go from there.
if not, I'll be on the pension board. But, I think I could offer a lot to the Norwich utilities. I understand the facilities that they have, some of the people that they have there. And, I think I could be an asset to the city of Norwich and the Norwich Public Utilities.
When did you retire?
I retired it'll be almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in August. And it was a very good company to work for, I must say. So I like to give back. Basically, I have no hidden agenda here. I want to give back and help out, and that's why I'm trying. And I think I like my seat on the pension board, but I think my strength would be helping the utilities, because I have a very good understanding of how the utility
You were
operates.
class of 78 in NFA?
Class of 1978.
Yeah, so was I.
We're still young guys.
Yeah. It's only like 600, I think 650 that graduated that year. So the 651 or something like that. So it was, I said, I guess I didn't know everybody.
But if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
So what special skill or special something do you offer as a commissioner?
As a commissioner,
Mhm.
well, of course, I'm a resident of the city of Norwich. My wife she's on her second business here in the city of Norwich. So we're homeowners here,
Oh,
we're
that's right,
business
the
owners
deli,
here.
right?
Yep, she has Lori's Deli. She used to have Jackie's Bake Shop. But as I said, I think my skill set is I have a good understanding of the utility itself. I know the budgeting process because I had to build a budget for my electric division at that time. The storm readiness. I'm not as well-rounded in wastewater or the sewer division, but I know where all the facilities are. I know some of the people that run it. So I have a very good understanding of the utilities. And I think that would be a strength for me when they were doing their presentations as to what they want to do or the goals they want to set. I'd have a very good understanding on what they're doing. Whether it's, again, the budget numbers or whether it's the facilities themselves, I have a very good understanding of all of that. And I had a very good, I had a strength of working across the lines with everybody, not just in the utilities, but the public works department, the school system. I had to work with all those people, and I managed. I think one of my strengths was I could work with just about anybody. I could work across the lines and get results, and I think that's my strength. And if you could always ask Chris if you'd like, or any of those guys there, they know me.
Oh,
And,
he was on. But
yeah, he might be off.
He's
but,
off right now.
they know who I am.
Mhm.
And so again, I'm just trying to help out, and I think I would be a good asset for the utilities and the city of Norwich, basically.
So what do you see as the role of a commissioner?
To look over, to guide the utility as a citizen of Norwich, what's best for the city of Norwich and the utility, not just the utility, but the city of Norwich also, the ratepayers, the business owners, all of that. So, you have to I would have to sit there and look at it from the homeowner that's paying the utility bill, and the business owner that's paying the utility bill, and also try to see it from the utility side of what they're trying to accomplish. So it's try to see it from both sides.
Hello, anything?
No.
What's your, as far as education and stuff, just NFA,
Well, I graduated from NFA.
the trade school, or?
I took some, I graduated from a Connecticut State apprenticeship for my electrical
Oh, okay. Yeah, apprenticeship program.
apprenticeship program. And then when I finished that, that's when I jumped over to the utilities back in 1983.
Mhm.
And I've had courses at Three Rivers, but I didn't get my degree there. And then numerous leadership courses and training, extensive training throughout my career at the utilities, through Northeast Public Power and American Public Power. I didn't want to make the resume long-winded. I just wanted to give you a little snapshot of what my
absolutely.
career was.
We say shorter is better a lot of times,
I could bring down a stack of certificates that I have from all the training, but you know, I think that would be a waste of our time going over that.
So you you've represented NPU in leadership roles. I see with the New England Linemen's Council.
Northeast, NEPA, Northeast Public Power Association. I was one of the representatives for the, we would have what they call the General Foreman's Roundtable.
Mhm.
So I would drive up to Massachusetts and basically represent NPU at that. And tried to assist with the training, because Northeast Public Power is a group of the municipalities, not just Connecticut, but Massachusetts. They come down, do a lot of mutual aid for us when needed be, or we go up and help them. And I was tried to be very instrumental in the training, trying to get the best training possible for the linemen. And so I would go up there probably once a month to a General Foreman's Roundtable meeting.
So you did some you talking about like cross training kind of stuff so that they knew what they were doing if they came down here, or are we talking about something else?
Well, we would try to have all the training on the same level, whether you're in Massachusetts or Connecticut, all the linemen would be trained the same way. Basically, that's where the linemen from Norwich go. They go up to Northeast Public Power and they're trained up there. It's a 4-year program. And so I tried to be very instrumental in helping out with the agenda on how people were trained and, helping any way we could. And that was a big push from Norwich Public Utilities. They wanted us to do that. And in fact, it was just a little snapshot of they have a lineman's rodeo, which in New England, all these utilities competed. And my guys, I should say my guys, but we had 3 of my guys. We brought a team up. The first year we came in 3rd place. Next year we took 1st place in New England, which is a big deal actually. Throughout all the New England states, Norwich came back with a trophy. We went back the 2nd year. We came back with a trophy again, and it was a very proud moment for me. The guys did a great job, and
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Good. Gotta get Chris back in here. There we go. All right. Anything else? Anyone?
So I just have a couple more.
Mhm.
The commissioners have some subcommittees.
Mhm.
Ever think which one you might, if you were appointed to the Utilities Commission, what you might want to serve on?
I have not given it much thought, but I would think I would be willing to sit on any one of them if, see what they are. I mean, I haven't researched the subcommittees yet, but I would be more than happy to sit on any one of them. And with a little guidance, I'd get through it, I'm sure. So.
We're along the idea of the extracurriculars. I mean, the other things that NPU is involved in these days, as far as economic development, do you have any idea what they've been doing lately? Have you heard?
Well, I
anything
know
about
the broadband, they're pushing for that broadband now to have it in certain areas of town, which I think is a very good idea. I was one of the guys instrumental in running that fiber throughout the city when that came in. So there's a ton of fiber optic in this town. And I think that broadband is a very good idea for the city of Norwich. It's the next utility, basically, instead of the water, the gas, the sewer, the electric, everybody needs broadband now. And I think that's a great idea. I know there's upgrades. They talk, for the electric, and which are good. And I know there's some water expansion they want to do, which basically is good too. But it's money too. It's a balancing act. What can you afford to do? But it's a good utility. I must say, NPU was a great place to work, and it was a good utility. Still is a good utility. And I think if Chris is here, and I'm not saying it because Chris listens now, but I know there was some turmoil a few years back, and the person to right that ship was Chris. Chris is a stand-up guy, and you guys, or the commission, has picked the right guy to pull the utilities through that turmoil. And I'm not saying that just if Chris is listening, but Chris knows he's a stand-up guy, and he's the right guy for that job right now.
Good. Certainly glad to hear that. You know, a little late now, though. But
You can ask Chris about the,
you're all right, Chris. We love you. Don't worry.
you can ask him about the review that he did for me years ago. There was this, I've lost what it was. Oh, it was a review of you every year. You had to do the review, the performance review.
Performance review.
So we're all on the computers learning this performance review. Chris is probably chuckling right now if he's listening to it. So we're sitting in this room learning it together. And I'll let Chris tell you how he reviewed me. It was funny.
Yeah, probably off, not on a recorded call, you know?
Yes.
Okay, good enough. Anything else, Stace?
Those were all my questions.
Ella, you have
I'm
anything?
good.
I'm good, Robert.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Okay,
And
thanks for coming in. Pleasure to see you.
pleasure to
real.
see you guys. Yep.
Good, you take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, Stacy.
You're welcome. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Have a good night.
You too.
I did there was a Zoom invite and stuff and agenda sent and the whole, you never.
That's why I was like, what? What are you talking about?
All right, Mike. Michael,
It was there.
I know he was there, I saw him.
You calling me?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Come on in.
Oh, you
It's usually mine.
know,
You look,
I had grown-up meetings today.
you look
know?
purty.
I had grown-up meetings. I had to behave today.
Yeah,
How's everyone?
grown-up meetings.
Do you know Ella Miles? Michael
Hi.
Aliano?
Very nice to meet you.
Hi, Mark
Meet you.
Betancourt. Got some sun there, Mike.
I
Good
did.
for you.
I took the weekend and got a little sun. It was
Nice.
You were in a hat, though. You were wearing a hat.
I was, yeah. I got burned pretty badly,
Oh,
actually. But starting.
Well, I
to
got
get
the
better.
farmer's tan from the silly convertible thing, you know? So,
all right, so why do you want to be a utilities commissioner?
Well, I feel Norwich has several assets. One of the greatest being Norwich Public Utilities. I've developed a fondness and love for and appreciation for public utilities, Norwich Public Utilities, and all the good it does for our community. Firm believer in giving back to the community that you live and work in. And I follow up on what's going on with things. And I'm a firm believer that should be educated on it and be involved and be part of the problem rather than part of the solution. So I definitely.
you think you mean that the other way around?
I'm probably part of the solution rather than part of the problem. but
Okay.
my apologies,
What's
but-
the problem with?
Well,
Thank you.
that could be accurate as well. No, I'm a big believer if you
Freudian slip.
probably, yeah, absolutely. But if you if you want to see your community and things you love and cherish do well, be part of that solution and help it grow. So if there's a place for me there and I'm so chosen, it's something that I would love to do and be involved in and invest myself in as well.
And what special skill or asset do you think you bring to public utilities?
Well, I'm a Norwich boy and I love Norwich and what's best for Norwich. Very involved in my own businesses here in town and have been fortunate enough to experience the highs and lows with that. But education's expensive and mistakes I've made and things I've done right, I've learned a lot from. And I feel that that is something that I could offer and bring to the table is my business experience and the passion and love I have for Norwich and her assets, which Norwich Public Utilities I feel is one of the strongest.
I know Mike a while. It's like, I don't really have a lot of questions.
Well, I think I have to ask the same
yeah,
questions
you
that
really
I've asked
should, yeah.
everybody.
No, go
So
for it.
I
Go
think
for
that's
it.
only
If you
fair.
need me to elaborate, let me know.
Well, hang on, I do. I mean, this is one I have
Okay,
asked, so
go
I'll
ahead.
just go ahead and ask. What do you think about the things that NPU is doing now in the community and particularly in regards to economic development?
Well, I think MBU has been amazing as far as that goes with its support for NCDC and looking into other ways of making our community more efficient and getting business into our community. I can speak firsthand. NPU has done a lot for my companies as far as making us more efficient in ways that would seem that wouldn't be beneficial in Norwich Public Utilities best interests, because they've helped us lower our energy costs and help us be more productive as a business. And I know they've done it for others as well. So I think the programs that they currently utilize from what appears to be to the fullest extent is great. Working with the local banks, helping the banks, helping the businesses. I think it's been wonderful. I think again, I mentioned the involvement with NCDC and the funding towards NCDC. I'm a big fan of NCDC and what NCDC does for Norwich and its ability. So I think it's wonderful. But NPU has been very involved in other community things that just events in downtown Norwich and supporting other businesses in that way. And I just think that's exponentially grows. It's amazing and it's appreciated.
Okay, thank you.
So the MPU has the Utilities Commission has some subcommittees.
NPU has subcommittees?
The
commission.
commissioners that sit on the Utilities Commission, there are some subcommittees of
Okay.
that commission. Do you think that, I don't know if you know anything about the subcommittees, or if there's a subcommittee that you think, oh, that really is my wheelhouse?
Are they subcommittees within NPU or within CMEC?
Within, well, you have a CMEC representative
Okay.
from the Utilities Commission. You have a Finance and Audit Subcommittee. You have an Economic Development Subcommittee.
Right. Yeah. Legislative. There's.
Well, that may be on the CMEC side, legislative.
So I'm a big, anything along the lines of risk management would be something I would be interested in, if assessing programs and where's the right avenue to branch out to. Assessing those programs, things along that line is something I'd be interested in if there was an opening for that.
And
I do a lot of that in my day-to-day as it is now. That's probably the biggest aspect of my position within our organization, is assessing where do we grow, where do we cut back, what are we doing? So I think that's something that would be a strength for me.
And my last question, how do you see NPU's reputation today?
Personally, I think NPU's reputation has always been good. I think the history in the past was poor and unfounded. I believe NPU has a great reputation, and I don't know how anyone could argue that. Obviously, everything's up for argument, but I think it's an outstanding organization and has an outstanding reputation and has outstanding people in the management team. So I think it's great. Always room for improvement, I'm sure, but I think it has a great reputation. And I think personally, NPU's gotten a bad rap.
I'll voice an opinion here and say, I mean, they had the one, main issue where they had the bad press, obviously, but I think overall they get high marks for service and stuff. I mean, there's no two ways about it, I think so.
Oh,
How-
I mean, every time the wind,
it's second to none.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, every
I'm
time
not saying
every
that
time
they
the
have a
wind
bad
blows,
reputation.
right? Yeah, no, I know that. No,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
every time the wind blows, I mean, if you look at just social media and stuff, they think people just rave about the job that NPU does, and making sure things are taken care of and they're proactive and they're, you know.
I can
most
tell you
things
the
you-
last time I lost power in Norwich, and it was a long time ago. It was,
Yeah. It
8
doesn't
years.
happen, it doesn't happen often, and if it does happen, it's rectified pretty
but
quickly.
read the news and surrounding utilities.
Yeah.
Listen,
That-
as a business owner in another town, I'm saddened that I can't have Norwich Public Utilities where I am, and I am stuck with a company that really doesn't care about how long you're without power
Right.
and how it impacts
Oh,
you.
that's a horrible, I mean, in my business, you know, refrigeration is everything, you know, and that's, it scares the crap out of us, you know. so.
Everything I own, every business is here in Norwich,
Mhm.
and we rely on obviously the utilities, and we have redundant systems. We have generators and everything else. We rarely have to utilize them.
Mhm.
We test them to make sure they work, but
Right.
rarely have to utilize them.
Mhm.
And it's usually something like an accident or something, and our utilities are back on extremely
Mhm.
quickly. But I think the one issue that everyone refers to, I think that was beaten to death.
Yeah.
That was something that should not have gone on as long as it did in the news. It happened. It's in the past. It's unfortunate.
Yes, very unfortunate.
No, anything?
I'm good.
Nothing for me? Come on.
No, they've asked all the questions.
We have all the good ones.
You're supposed to share.
So I try to ask the lead off one. That's gotta be the easy one. You know, get that out. Wait a minute, this, the other one, educational background.
Well, I have a degree, MBA in emergency medical services management, mostly towards the business aspect of it, obviously. Attended UConn, I unfortunately attended the University of St. Thomas for my degree. When I got off the plane, I was disappointed it wasn't the St. Thomas, but it was out in St. Paul, Minnesota. But
Okay.
mostly, I'm like, wait a minute here. I didn't pack
It's a
appropriately.
little
but-
chilly.
yeah, excellent program, but nonetheless, most of my education is towards business and towards.
I
emergency
saw
medical
that on your
services.
stuff. I'm going.
Yeah, it was an eye opener. I obviously knew prior to getting there where I was going, but definitely.
And your
the-
mother did pack a sweater for you.
Yeah, well, I backed my own. I was good, but most of my background is EMS related.
As I would expect.
Yeah, and that is our largest business, but I deal with the business end on a lot of the other things. Unfortunately, not a lot of EMS on my side anymore, and I'm starting to get to the age where I probably can't do it as well anyway. But you know, it happens to all of us, I guess.
I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
I'm more of a client than
I'm feeling I may be too.
Let's not talk about how many times my father's been in an ambulance in the
Yeah.
last 2 months.
There you go.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Okay. Anyone have anything else?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. I appreciate
Mike.
it. Thanks for your time.
coming in. It's always,
pleasure.
always a pleasure anyway. Regardless.
Same. Thank you.
Take care.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to see you, sir.
Nice to see you. I'd say ma'am, but I know better.
Miss. I don't want to be a ma'am.
I go, yes, sir, ma'am.
All right, I guess that's it.
As far as interviews go.
Okay,
Thank you.
good to see you.
Well, should turn off. All right, so I guess we'll do a motion to adjourn then, technically.
Make a motion to adjourn at 7:33.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.